All right, welcome back. We are covering book number 16 of 25 books to help your business grow. And what we want to do today before we get started is hit the subscribe button, click the thumbs up, and then also click the alert button to be notified of future content. We're covering book number 16, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And this book has been around. It's one of the all-time bestsellers, and it's been around for a long time. I've read it multiple times myself, and it is a good book. And even though it's, not the newest book, it is still worthwhile, has some great concepts there in terms of helping you win friends and influence people. Now, again, I would encourage you not to be a manipulator or be manipulative. You should always be able to offer some value in any relationship yourself. But here's what I want you to think about. Whether you're a small business owner, a YouTube channel creator, or whether you're selling art or creating art, you're going to ultimately have to sell yourself. And for all of you people who are working a 9 to 5 or a day job and you're sitting there at work, you need to read this as well, because you need to be able to influence your peers, other teams, and your bosses, right? Because at the end of the day, we are all selling, just not everybody's compensated as greatly for it, right? People who are in sales get better commissions and greater compensation because really not a lot of people want to do it, and you have to be good at it to do it. So, but at the end of the day, everybody's selling, including you 9 to 5ers, right? You are selling. When you go in and ask for that raise, what are you doing? You are actually selling. You're trying to convince your boss and the corporation why you should get a raise, right? And if you're not, then you're basically going to be at the will of the boss, and they'll give you whatever they want to give you, right? So again, it's just something to think about. Everybody always sells. Listen, here's another thing to think about. If you are single and you are not, and maybe you want to get married, or you want to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, this is another good book for you to read, right? How to win win friends and influence people. The more friends you have, the better chances you have of meeting that special someone anyway, right? So there's another good reason for you to maybe check this book out, and maybe it'll help you actually close the deal and secure a mate for the long term. So just something else to think about. But at the end of the day, we are all selling, and we all need to know how to sell, right? Regardless of, like I said, what the categories that I talked to you about, right? And so this is a great book in terms of showing you and giving you steps in terms of how to do that, right? And again, maybe it's some things that you already intuitively know, and maybe it's some things you just naturally are doing. But I think it's good sometimes to read about them and be able to articulate them, and maybe put a process together that will help you grow in doing it more, doing these steps more. Again, we covered Atomic Habits a little bit ago, and again, another great book. But it shows that book talks about how to do things incrementally on a smaller scale that grow into being large, having large impact. And so this is another way to apply that book for this one, right? Take the tips that Dale Carnegie's giving you in this book, and maybe implement just one of the things, right? And just see how that plays out. Maybe implement it to the point of where it just becomes natural and it's a day-to-day thing, and then you start adding a second one, right? And so again, if you're looking to maybe figure out a way to get better at networking, or maybe you're just an introvert and it's hard for you to even meet people or talk to people, and you have a great product maybe, but you just really struggle with doing it, you got to read this book, right? And maybe just being armed with some steps that will break you out of that shell, because you have knowledge in terms of what to do, and you're just not out there winging it. Maybe this is the book for you. Maybe this is something that you need to do to help implement those atomic habits, and maybe this will help you in terms of your sphere of influence, and hopefully increase whatever it is that you're trying to sell, whether it be art project or YouTube subscribers. Obviously, I've got a lot of work to do since I have 11 subscribers on Small Biz Shoutout. But again, I'm reading books, I'm doing things, and it'll come. I'm trying to keep improving, and so want to encourage you to do the same thing, right? Always keep learning, and that's it, and that's part of what this series is about as well. The title at the top of each one of these slides: never stop learning. So take some time to do that. Get this book on Audible. I'll link it in the description, and that's going to do it for this video. So again, before we go, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, click the thumbs up, and then click the alert button, and feel free to share this video and the playlist with other people, and I appreciate it, and we will talk to you at the next recording.